Hey guys, it's Barrett from the Gimpy Camper. So, we went and looked for my friends at this Cedar Creek camper last week. And due to like what we was looking at, it said, it looked a little funny with the roof on those slides. Well, after some conversation there, apparently one of the slides has been rebuilt. And because the roof on it wasn't quite right, even though it wasn't soft, I think we saw enough red flags where they decided not to go with that unit. So today we're going to go look at another unit. We're going to go back to the same place. It's a Montana that they want me to look at today. So let's go have a look and see what it looks like. Alright guys, so I'm here at the dealership again in North Myrtle Beach. While I'm walking over here to this camper, I thought we would just talk a little bit about the things that we look for with these used RVs. Like I said, the first thing is that you want to rule out that there's any water damage. Well, what are signs of water damage? Obviously, you're looking for like soft floors. You're looking for like water stains on the floors. You're looking for mold. You're looking for delamination on the outside. You're looking for, sometimes that mold looks more like popcorn type stuff on the inside walls. The areas that you're going to want to pay real special attention to are the roof, all the outside walls for the delamination, all of the flooring areas around the slides. That includes the main floor just inside the slide, as well as a big one is the floor in the slides. Now, like I say, the camper we looked at the other day, apparently the slide was replaced there, and that's pretty common. My buddy Steve over at Shelburne RV, he actually replaces a lot of slides. And if you go over to his channel, Shelburne RV, he'll show you. He just kind of does videos of walk around and checking on different campers and what they're working on. And they're rebuilding slides all the time. So just some of the stuff we're looking for. All right guys, so the power's off in this unit too. I did check the cutoff switch is turned on, so even the batteries aren't there. I hadn't got around to looking at that yet, or they're dead. Any means, so we're gonna start back here in the back of this floor. The way this is set up, you walk into the kitchen here, and then after you go to the kitchen, there's some steps to go right to go up into the bedroom, and there's some steps to the left where it goes up into an elevated rear living room. I believe this is because there's a lot of storage underneath, and we'll get there and look at that here shortly. So let's take a look at the living room. So the cabinets back here seem to be in good shape. No peeling of the veneer so far, like I have in my Cougar, which I'm still kind of unhappy about, but it's the way it goes. And there's a TV here on a, I guess they call it a televator. And big fireplace down on the bottom. Quite a bit of storage in here. That all looks pretty good. The floor seems pretty solid everywhere that I've been so far. Didn't see any soft spots around the slides or anything like we talked about. We do have a lot of seating in this living room. So you got a love seat here, 3-person couch, and then another 3-person couch over here. One thing I will say is these slides are built so tight with the couches in them that you can't really evaluate the floor underneath. And they are usually anchored down. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So we're gonna have to rely on checking the slide from underneath to see how that looks. Now we're gonna take the steps going down into the kitchen, but I did notice there's a couple of little scratches on this, which is cosmetic. Looks like maybe a scuff here too. Here in the kitchen, underneath this love seat, there's some storage. Again, the cabinets look to be in pretty good shape. Quite a big, deep cabinet there in the kitchen. Be some good storage. I'm gonna go over here to the oven and stovetop. They are split up. Look at the slide a little bit. See if we can see the floor underneath. That appears to be fine. I'm gonna stick my foot in there, make sure it's good and solid, and it is. I don't see any stains from water or anything. This little wine rack up there, that's different. All in all, I'm pretty, what's this? I think it's a charger plug. Yeah, it's a 110. It does have a kitchen island with some cabinetry. Nice heavy duty covers for the sink. Now in this, yeah, I think in the Montanas, the sink's actually stainless steel. It's plastic that looks like stainless steel on my Cougar. And the faucet appears to be like home grade. Down here you got some storage under the sink. Apparently that's where they're keeping the keys. Not sure what this board's for. Maybe to put some pans over there. Looks like somebody's added some spray foam. It's probably not a bad idea. Trash can. Whirlpool fridge. I don't see any big scratches or dings on it. It is split. That looks good. And we're gonna go over to the, I guess this is a pantry. Take a look in here. Yeah, large pantry. Bottom's blocked off. It's probably where the water heater or something is. We'll take a look when we get out there. Actually, there's a, I think it's got a screw in it, but there's a section in that comes off for access. So it probably is the water heater. Next, we got this little coffee bar with the outlet, max air remote, and the thermostat. Still don't, oh, there's the controls for your slides. I think your lights, tank heaters, water heater, water pump. Not sure what that does. Okay. Could get a little bit annoying with that being behind the cabinet, but some people like it. But before we go upstairs, we gotta go over here to the kitchen area, or the table. So, you know, on the floors, I don't see any signs of any water damage by looking. Seems solid there. Let's look over here. Seems solid. You can hear a little bit when you step on it. I think it's the they put the foil insulation over the top, right under the carpet. So, got your light here. No signs of any water damage there. I believe this table folds up when you're not using it. I got an extra little bunny friend here too. And a ladybug. And the outlet over there. Outlets in the slides are nice. A lot of campers don't have those. So we're gonna go over here. We've got a little, I guess, key rack with a little cork board there. A couple of coat hangers. And let's go on upstairs and see what it looks like. This unit does have some of these MORryde hinges on it, like my camper. Overall, I like it because you can open the door and it pivots back so it doesn't really come out into the hallway. But there are issues, especially if your camper is not completely level, that can bind up on you. Let's go in here to the toilet. Don't see any obvious water damage around there, but that's one place where you often find some. Everything seems to be solid. Got a little cabinet back here for your towels and such. Standard Keystone shower. It's a little bit smaller probably than what we saw the other day, but the ceiling is, I'm 6'4" and I can stand in here. And then you got the skylight there for a little extra. Over here on the cabinet, still cabinets look okay. There's a light here. There's about an inch above the cabinet, which it does have like the exposed wires there, but I think that's actually just how they make it. Down here, they did seal that up real good. That, I think, is dirt. I'm still gonna stick my foot in there. You know, it's good and solid. All that looks good. And you have the max air control here for the max air vent that is up here. The fan seems to be kind of small, but it is what it is. Alright, then as we step into the bedroom here, again, I think it's a king size bed. In this unit, you don't have very much space to maneuver on the sides of the bed at all. You know, that's kind of common. There's a barn style door. It does move appropriately. Thought there might be some storage behind there, but there's not. You have another thermostat here. And you have your slide, which again is too tight to be able to see the floor and really evaluate it from the inside. I will say one thing I don't like about this slide, which we'll get to in a minute, is that it is a schwintek slide. Over here, we have our closet, sliding doors. So you have a bar that goes across the top and some room for shoes and such down here. Find a clothes hamper, that's nice. Floors look okay in there. And the door slides very smoothly. And just from where I saw the outside, I believe there's a washer and dryer in here because I saw a vent. Stackable, splendid washer and dryer. It is mounted to the floor. Everything seems to be ship shape in there. Bedroom here, you do have a TV that's mounted in a little cabinet over the window. There is a little scratch off the veneer there, but everything else is fine. Down here on the counter, there's some mild scuffs here, but not bad. In one spot there. Let's take a look in the cabinets, which we don't, the TV remote's in there. We don't expect to find much in here. It's sitting where you'd really have a lot of issues. All right, and that does it for the inside. Let's go outside. Come back through, I did notice this darkened spot on the linoleum here. It's not soft, it appears to be adhered well. So I'm not sure what caused that. Let's take a peek under here. All that looks fine, so I think that's just cosmetic. These steps do have the lift assist mechanism here, so they should be easy to fold up. For the outside, we're going to start at the rear of the camper, go around the driver's side, around the front, and around the passenger side. So let's get to it. Back of the camper looks good. I don't see any delamination. Let's look over here around the sills, seem to be good. The corners seem to be sealed up good. I'm going to go ahead and take a look around here. These seals still appear to be okay. Got some magnetic door catches, which will open this door. Hard to do with one hand because the other side it keeps latching. A lot of times those will just open. Yeah, this is what I was expecting in here with that raised living room. So you have a very large open storage area here. Now this panel is coming down, which is actually good because you can see back there and see if there's anything. I think that's just cosmetic. As far as the slide goes here, so this all slides out. We're doing this for two reasons. Number one, so you can see how much storage space is on here. And number two, so you can see the floor underneath and make sure there's no water stains or anything. Apparently it's not supposed to go out that far. This thing doesn't really have a real hard stop. It just kind of softly stops there. Don't keep pulling it or you see what happens. It is built well. It weighs like 75 pounds, so I had to pick it up. It's got good bearings on there. All right, so going around the driver's side, we're in the back. So this is the slide one of those couches are on the living room. It does have the schwintek slides. These are horrible. I would try to avoid buying a camper that had any because they get grime in here and they wear out. And they have little motors on the inside and the motors wear out all the time. Again, you see this repaired all the time on my buddy Steve's channel. Now, you can always tell because they have these tracks at the top and at the bottom. Now there is one company out west that makes a system to replace these that's supposed to be really good, but it costs a lot of money. You gotta drive out west and they're usually booked months and months ahead of time. Now if you're gonna have this camper just sitting somewhere in a seasonal spot, I guess it wouldn't be a deal breaker for me, but otherwise it sure is. As far as the bottom here, it does have a little bit of a ski on there. I wish it went in a little bit further. I don't see any water damage under here. Let's look at the little storage here while we're over here. That one's stiff. So this is just shallow storage around that big slide tray that we saw underneath the back living room. So again, just more storage. In front of this backslide, you got a little bit of window, power inlet. I'm guessing this is the overflow for the freshwater tank. I'm not sure. That rear slide on the front, you can see those gears again. Everything seems to be sealed well. There's a little bit of sealant inside the plastic here, which is good. So let's go on to the middle slide. This slide is not a schwintek slide. It's a rack and pinion slide because it has this underneath it. Those are the most beefy, made for larger slides. And this one is the one in the kitchen. So it's got some heavy stuff in it. And all the slides do have these slide covers, at least. A lot of people complain about those flapping in the wind. I don't ever have that issue. Let's look at the tires while we're down here. So, let's see the date codes here. That's not it. Date codes on this tire was the 15th week of 2023. It's currently February 2nd of 2024. So that's a pretty new tire. I ain't climbing under there to look at the other one. Refrigerator vent. Stove vent here. From what I can tell, all the seals are still good on this stuff. And here's the water heater. Like I said, from the inside it would be in that bottom of the pantry. I think this is the larger water heater. It's not the tankless though. And then your furnace is behind there. So on your slide here on the middle, everything looks in good shape there. No damages with any of this stuff. All looks good. Have a light up there, that could be handy for like backing in the dark. So you got your main storage here, your front slide that the bed's in, which again is a schwintek slide. I don't think this got this, but this is the bedroom slide. I think my camera turned off. It is the schwintek slide, which, like I say, is my most hated slide in the world. But again, if you're going to be somewhere where they have seasonal parking, probably not horrible. So, standard Keystone wet bay here. I like how, I think that's going to be the water, the low point water drains that go through the bottom there. That's nice, you won't have to get up under the camper. And you got your water hose and your tank flush and your city water connection, and your black and gray valves are under here. And you have very large storage. It's slightly more limited on this side due to the water bay, but it's a very large storage area. You have a 30-pound tank over here. This unit does come with hydraulic auto level, so you can see the hydraulic lines and the jack there. I think this is your controls for the auto level behind this panel. I do like that they're behind the panel, unlike the ones that we looked at the other day. And your seals around this front cap on the driver's side, which would be the back side of the camper. They all look good. Got one little cheap Walmart, no, it's not Walmart Superstart. I think that's AutoZone or something, but it's just a little cheap battery in here. with your hydraulic fluid, all your hydraulic lines. Definitely going to need a battery. Then you have your large space here, which I believe is prepped for a generator, but obviously no generator in there. All right, on the passenger side, which is the front side of the camper, you do have a large awning going from the door to the front. Let's take a look at the seals here. Seals look good. Probably another propane tank in here. Yep, this is where your second 30-pound tank is. Some mild scuffs on this door. Now this one is the other side of the big pass-through. So you can tell that's just got to be screwed back, but that's the back of the wet bay. But you can tell how large this is. I'm surprised they don't have the wood covered with some type of carpeting. Actually, I would be a little bit curious about that, because I would think that this wouldn't have had carpet on it from the factory. Even my Cougar, which is a lower tier, does. Carpet's a little loose back here. Now, that being said, I don't see any signs of water damage here, but everything's painted black and it could have just been painted over. But it's not soft or anything, but that goes at the top of my list of possible red flags. And this storage door doesn't close correctly, so if I was going to move forward with this, I would definitely have that looked at first. See, that side latched, this side didn't, and if you push it, it's still not latching. So here's our outlet for the outside. Seals look good. Around the door looks good. It does have an RV lock keyless entry. The slide here where the kitchen table is also a rack and pinion slide. Better option. The seals look okay. This handle is what's on my camper. I don't particularly like them because this comes loose. But it seems to be pretty adheres here. On the driver's side, this tire that's exposed does have a code of 2023 as well. Again, schwintek slides, not that great. Over here on this side, you have the same storage underneath the back. Shallow. And some other people came right when I'm getting ready to inspect the roof. Alright. Guys, you never want to buy an RV without inspecting the roof, but somebody else is going to have to do that. Send my friend some pictures or something, because this ladder doesn't look too bad for you, but this is the height of my belly button, so my gimpy leg's not going to get up here. I can't do it. Alright, so let's talk about this camper on my walk back. So, you know, it appears to be in overall good shape. The biggest things that I would say are red flags about this camper, and not necessarily deal breakers, but it would be a big issue for me, and I know my friend Steve would feel the same way, is number one, the schwintek slides. Those schwintek slides, I'm telling you, just go to YouTube, Type in like schwintek slide problems, and you're going to see all kinds of issues. Because those gears, people like try to keep them clean. They get stuff in there, causes them to fail. If you let the slide out too far or something like that, it causes problems. The motors wear out. They have issues all the time. So definitely red flag for me. Second red flag is that pass-through storage door not closing correctly. Again, that might need to just be adjusted, but what makes me nervous about it is the fact that the carpet's loose on the front side of the storage, and the carpet is non-existent over the floor of the Montana. So, also concerning. So, those are the things that I would keep in mind. I go look at some other Montanas, see if there is any carpet on the bottom, which I'm 95% sure there should be, because that can be a sign of covered up water damage. Okay, so it is what it is, and I couldn't get to the roof. Definitely got to get on the roof. I didn't do a roof inspection on my first RV because I didn't know anything, and I'm telling you, it was bad. It had a lot of water damage that I had to try to replace. And when I say I did, I'm pretty good carpentry wise, but that's a whole different ball game. I could have done better now with what I know versus then, but it was a big mess. So much, in fact, that I had a little bit of leak in the roof after I finished it. I got mad, sold it. I did tell everybody about every single problem it had. Sold it and bought a brand new camper, which in hindsight, newer doesn't always mean better, but there's so much issue with the way people take care of and maintain their campers that can be a really big deal. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to work in a couple hours, go get something to eat, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching the video, and thanks for following along.